I'm going into the Morphe 35O2 palette, and I'm using the shade Flux with a Smith Cosmetics crease brush. And I am buffing this into my crease area. I am not going to speed up any of the blending, just so you guys can see what it takes to build an eyeshadow look. Yeah, it takes a lot of applying, blending, and reapplying, so take your time. Going back into that palette, I am taking the shade Coral Rich on a more tapered blending brush, and I am buffing this onto the outer corners of the eye, and I'm keeping the color pretty low. This is a really rich brown color, and I am just placing the color where I want it first, and then I'll concentrate and focus on blending it after I get the correct placement that I want. So I'm just packing that color on. So y'all, I packed the mess out of this color. I really wanted it to be really rich, like the name, and I am using that first brush that I used before for the transition shade to further blend. I'll just come back for more. I'll just come back for more. We'll meet again for sure. We'll meet again for sure. This next shade is called Brunette, and I am taking that on a more dense brush. I think I got this one from Cargo Cosmetics. I love this brush. It's really dense, and I'm just building, once again, packing the color on, and then I'm going to concentrate on blending out the color once I have it placed afterwards. You should tell the truth, yeah. Everything you do in time just goes back to you, yeah. Just goes back to you. Oh, if you say that it's so to really smoke out the look and add some more depth and dimension, I'm using that same brush with the color Curl Wiz, and once again, you know what I'm doing, placing the color, and then I'm going to blend it out afterwards. I'm concentrating this color more lower onto my lid and slightly into the crease. I don't want to bring the shadows up too high. If you say that it's over, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh no. I'm using MAC's Laying Low paint pot to clean up my lid area to prep for eyeshadow. For my lid color, I'm taking NARS Night Star Single Eyeshadow and using this on a BH Cosmetics synthetic brush and just packing this onto my lid. It's a really pretty nude color, and it has like little flecks of like sparkle or shimmer, glitter, whatever you want to call in it, and I really do love this eyeshadow for like doing my nude looks. It reminds me a lot of MAC's Naked Pigment, but the Naked Pigment is a little bit more rich. This one is a bit softer. Let a new day come and greet you, stuck in your ways, stuck in your mind. So I am now going back with the Color Wiz, and I'm using that to line my lash line. I didn't want to use any gel or liquid liner, so I'm just using an angled brush and just tight lining my lash line so that I can have a seamless transition between my lash line and the false lashes that I will be applying. These are the same lashes that I had on in my last video, which are the Demi Wispy lashes that I get from AliExpress, and I just double stack them, and I'm applying them with my Sassy Eyelash Glue. So I used my MAC Strobe Cream and Natural Radiance Primer. Then I went in with the Beautifully Matte Primer from number 7, and now I'm just color correcting with the LA Girl Pro Corrector in the color Orange, and I'm going to tap and blend it in with my finger. I realized that using my finger gives me the best coverage. When I use a brush, it picks up too much of the product. So yeah, this helps to get rid of all of the discoloration that I have in those particular areas. You don't have to say it's through. For foundation, I'm mixing the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo in Deep 72 and the NYX Total Cover Drops in, I believe, Mocha. As you guys can see, this foundation is way too dark for me. However, I don't have any more of the foundation that I would normally wear on myself. So yeah, I just made it work. You guys know I don't mind my foundation being too dark anyway. Like, I know on camera it doesn't look that bad, but in person it was at least like 3 to 4 shades darker than I was, but I made it work. That's the beauty of highlighting and contouring. So I'm just buffing that in with the brush. And then to highlight, I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in medium. And this really did help to bring back some of that light to my skin. This is more of a neutral undertone, but it really did help to work out and neutralize all of the red undertones in that foundation. Oh no. So I'm going to start off with a dual fiber brush to blend this out, and then afterwards, for a more seamless blend, I'm going to go back with that foundation brush and buff out all of the edges and make sure that it is fully meshed into my skin. I hate when my concealer just looks like it's sitting on top of my skin, so this is the way I make sure that it is really seamless. You see the stars come down to meet you. You look like the last time. Let a new day come and greet you. Stuck in your ways, stuck in your mind. To cream contour, I'm taking my black Opal True Color foundation stick in the shade Ebony Brown, and I am going to be using a Sedona Lace contour brush and just blending that into the skin and meshing the foundation, highlight, and contour not together, but making sure that I have a more seamless gradient effect and blend so that all of the dimension within my skin is found back with the makeup. So now I'm going to take my Black Radiance contour palette and set my contour areas, and I lost the footage for when I set my under eye with the Danessa Myricks powders in number 2 and 4, but that's what I use. And now I'm using my e.l.f. blush quad to add some color back to my face. Since this is a nude look, we want to make sure that we are adding color. So to kind of help get rid of that powdery look, I'm taking my Frances J Beauty Concrete Rose Illuminating Spray, and then I'm going to highlight using the Frances J Beauty My Dream Highlighter in this Real Technique setting brush, and I'm just applying that to the high points of my face for a really soft and radiant glow. Y'all, I promise you, I did a live video with this look today and everyone was like, your skin looks so radiant. I promise you, her spray and highlighter is my holy grail products. I use them on everyone. They add such a beautiful glow to the skin. So I'm going to pop a little bit of that over my Cupid's bow, which I typically don't do, but why not, being extra today. So I'm going to use MAC Chestnut Liner as always, and then I'm going to fill in my lips using one of my favorite new lipsticks. This is Wet n Wild Nudie Patootie, and then I'm going to go on top of that with MAC Boy Bait Cream Sheen, add some black liner to the waterline, and then I'm going to use a fluffy blending brush that I use for my crease colors, and I didn't add any additional product to it. I just kind of used it to smudge out the liner and make it a little bit more smoky but not overbearing. Oh no. Now for my hair, this is a unit that I created. The bundles are from True Glory Hair. The frontal I got from the beauty supply, and I'm just using this really big flat iron. I'll leave a link to it down below. I got it from Amazon for about 25 bucks. I just kind of wrapped my hair up the night before, so I'm just flat ironing it to take out some of the bend from it and making sure that it looks really sleek and straight. I really love this flat iron. It was like $25.99, and I used some Got To Be to hold down my frontal, and yeah, I'm feeling myself. I didn't do any bleaching of the knots on this unit, but I am going to customize the hairline a little bit more. But so far I am loving the way this unit looks. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.